Now today we are going to work on showing dimensions of a shape. Now first thing we need to do is draw a shape. So let's go back to, we'll draw a shape in the middle of our page, and we'll go back to how we do this. We line our 0 up with one edge, and I want this to be, let's say I'm going to start it at 7 and I'm going to finish at 14. So this is going to be 7 centimeters. Okay, so down from there, and I started from here, 7 centimeters, 7 centimeters, because I need it to be square. Remember how we did that? We measured from the edges to make our whatever shape we want square, either in the middle or somewhere in the page where we don't have any reference lines. So I do the same thing here, 7 and 14. So if I join these two lines, I know that these lines are square with the edge of the page. At least I hope they are. They should be pretty close. Now I need to decide how long I want to make it. And if I do it here, then I don't know where I can do it there. So I need to measure, I need a reference point from the edge of the page. I need a reference point for both lines. So let's say I come in, I'll do the same thing. We'll come in 7 centimeters. Okay, we'll come in 7 centimeters. Dot's almost right where it should be. And we're going to make it longer. We're going to make a rectangle. And let's say we go 12 centimeters. Okay, we're going to make it 12 centimeters by 7 centimeters. So now I draw these lines, right? Because that's 12 centimeters, and I measured it from the edge of the page, so I know these two lines, or these two markings that I made line up. So like this and like this. And I'm going to do something different here. I'm actually going to make it a little darker. I'm going to do it in a marker. And I'm not a big fan of markers. I just find that they tend to make a mess. But these Sharpies actually dry pretty quick, so I don't mind so much. Okay, so there's our shape. Now we have a basic rectangle. But what we want is we want to show people what the distance is from here to here and from here to here. And one way to do it is, we know it's 7 centimeters because we drew it. It's 7 centimeters and 12 centimeters. One way people do it is they just put 7 centimeters and 12 centimeters. Now that's one way to do it too, but when you're looking at the size of this and you put 7 centimeters here, what does that mean? Does it mean it's 7 centimeters from there to there? Does it mean it's 7 centimeters from there to there? Okay, we need to define where that 7 centimeters is. Okay, and now we're going to borrow from the people that do engineering drawings. And we're going to erase that line. We're going to use it again, and the way they work, the way they do this. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to show people that from here to here is 7 centimeters. So what we do is draw a line, not connecting it, but just off the edge, just like this. A line just off the edge, and it doesn't have to be too long. How long did I make that? It's a couple centimeters. And now we do another one over here. Now there's a little gap here, it doesn't join it because it's really not part of this shape. Right? This is just an indicator to say, okay, that is that line and that is that line. Now what we do is we draw a line from the top and then leave the space and then go like this. And if we put an arrow right there and an arrow right there, it means that whatever we put in here in this space says the distance from here to here is the number. So we put our 7 centimeters, and you have to put centimeters down because if you put 7, we don't know what it is. 7, millimeters, meters, centimeters. So 7 centimeters or 70 millimeters. And typically that's what most engineering drawings would have. They would be in millimeters instead of centimeters, but it's just easier to do centimeters. So really what we're saying now is from here to here is 7 centimeters. Okay, and that's what that means. It goes from that edge to that edge. So now we want to do the same thing from here to here. So we draw a line from there. Now there's a little gap there, right? And another line right there, and there's a gap there. We want to measure from here to here. Right? So we do the same thing. We draw a line and we leave a space in the middle to leave room for our number. So we go like this and leave a bit of a space. And if your space isn't big enough, I don't think that's big enough, so I need to erase some. And that's okay, you can do that. Right? That's why it's nice to do it in pencil. And if I recall, this was 12 centimeters. So now we do 12 centimeters. Okay. And if you had odd shaped rectangle, you could do the same thing over here and the same thing on top. Now, you might ask, well, why does it have to be on the outside? Why can't we do a line on the inside to show the distance? You can. It's nice to put it on the outside because there might actually be something on the inside, or it might be colored, or there might be another shape within the shape. So it's good practice to try to put your dimensional lines on. Oh, I forgot arrows over here. Somebody's saying that. I know they are. They're saying, hey, you forgot, Mr. Stolpe, you forgot to put arrows over there. Okay, there we go. And I'm going to color these ones in so you can see there's just different ways to do arrows. Okay. But you do need to have an arrow because it does have to indicate from where to where. But sometimes it gets confusing if you draw a line here and a line here, because then they cross. And then it's just easier to do it on the outside. It's good practice to get used to doing that. Most engineering drawings you see, or quite a few of them, will have lines on the outsides wherever they can. There are cases where you have to do it in the middle because there's just no room on the outside. Okay. And you can do the same thing for any shape. With a triangle, with a circle even. You just try to do whatever dimensions you have on the outside of it. So this is how you show an engineering drawing with your dimensions. And it's a good habit to get into. And it's relatively easy to do, but just always remember to make sure you put your arrows on the ends of your lines. Okay?